Okay. My name is Dan Joyce, and I'm an assistant professor in the School of Dance at George Mason University here in Fairfax, Virginia. It's just right down the street from the Fairfax Ice Arena. And I have been involved in dance pretty much my whole life, the last 30 years or so seriously. I had always performed a lot as a small child growing up, and when I was 19 I got serious about my dance studies, and I went to school at the North Carolina School of the Arts, where I got my Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in dance in the early 80s. I also studied a lot in New York at the Alvin Ailey School and with the Lard Lubavitch Company, also at the Jacob's Pillow Dance Festival. So I've been involved in dance for a really, really long time. I was a professional dancer for 15 years. I spent 10 of that with the Mark Morris Dance Group. And Mark is my very favorite choreographer, as he is many people's. So I'd encourage you to see some of his work if you can. He's particularly known for his musicality, and that is something that I have always loved about skating, is that combination of music and movement. I've always watched a lot of skating, and that's kind of been my spectator sport. I like to say that figure skating is my football. And I've always watched a lot of skating. I have a lot of great memories of skating. But the thing I think that cross-references with the dance world, and that I'd like to point out for you young aspiring choreographers there, is that that blend of technique and artistry and innovation. And one of the mothers of modern dance in our country is a lady named Martha Graham that I hope that you're familiar with. She really revolutionized not only dance but theater in the 20th century in the United States and around the world. And one of Martha's many famous quotes, of which she had many, but one of her greatest quotes, I think, is that you must never fail in clarity or in passion. And when I look back on great art events that I've seen in my life of any kind, ballet or modern dance or opera, or many of the skating performances that I remember vividly, I really think that it combined those two things, the clarity of the structure and the technique, but at the same time the passion and the innovation and the artistry that it takes to come up with that. So I would encourage everybody to think of those two things. You must never fail in clarity or in passion. So really try to go for both of those. Also, I'd like to put out just a sort of a call for innovation and being fearless in your creativity. Not that you have to necessarily try to reinvent the wheel, but maybe find another way to use the wheel that hasn't been devised before. I guess I would also like to finish up by saying that I really, really appreciate the courage and the bravery that it takes for any artist of any genre to put their work out there. So for all of you who are going to be making work for this competition and for this project, I really, really commend your bravery and your courage. For an artist to really open themselves and to share themselves with an audience, especially in a situation where you're going to be getting feedback about your work, I think that takes a lot of courage and bravery and just plain old-fashioned guts. So I encourage you to hold on to that thought while you're working on your pieces, that it takes a lot to put yourself out there, and I appreciate everybody doing that. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what the young skaters of our next generation are going to come up with.